Hey everybody, this is Macky, and we're back with another episode of the Hidden Threads podcast. I'm going to take these headphones off for now. Is that okay with you, Juice?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I can see our audio output here. I'm going to pull it up. Look, we got a new screen today, Juice. You excited about it?
I see that.
Look, you can see us. Hold on a minute.
Look.
Let's do auto switch. Look at that. No, there's Juice right there.
Look at that. Face for
the
radio.
one, the only Juice. Looking over at himself on the screen. But there's the camera right there, Juice. Say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
We got a different setup today. Do you notice?
Yes.
We can actually see each other.
Longingly gaze into one another's eyes.
We can actually see each other, and we got different microphones.
Yeah.
I pounded out some little pieces of metal to put these little mics on, and they sound so much better. Wait till you hear it.
You put your forging experience to work.
My forging experience. Is that what it is?
Yes.
I actually just got a hammer on the concrete and beat them out. So
that's close enough.
All right. So how was the weekend, Juice? Anything good?
Oh, it was fabulous. Until I showed up at a gas station and get gas.
Oh, yeah. That leads us into what we're going to talk about, right?
Yeah.
So we get into some comments from different people about private investigators, some negative reviews, some social media comments. So tell us about your gas station thing.
So I'm down at the gas station, see a guy I haven't seen in, I don't know, 12 years.
Where's this, Henniger?
No, this was down at Fort Payne.
Okay.
And he asked me what I was doing because I'm not in law enforcement anymore. So we were talking, and some woman overheard us.
Right.
And asked me, "Oh, you're a private investigator?" I said, "Yeah." And she goes, "Like Magnum PI?" I said, "No, we actually do real private investigations. We don't do all the garbage you see on TV." And she goes, "Oh, like what?" So I started naming some of the things we go through, and she goes, "Cheating spouses." I said, "Yeah." "Oh, y'all a bunch of home wreckers." Okay, well, we're not home wreckers. And then
you're not a home wrecker, Juice?
Yeah. We're home wreckers, apparently. Private eyes are home wreckers.
Right.
And I tried to explain to this woman, look, we're not the home wrecker.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently somebody in that house isn't happy.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. I've been married, divorced. I know there's nobody out there that matches me. Right. But when you're in a relationship, if you step out, I didn't cause that.
That's not my fault.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So when we get hired, we just report the facts. Right. We don't make anything up. We're not in an editing room, cutting and splicing tape and making it look like the man or woman's doing something they shouldn't do. This is just factual.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she didn't like that.
Is that what you said to her?
Yeah. She said we're home wreckers and we should mind our own business.
Oh, mind our own business.
And that I tried to explain to her, well, that is our business.
Right.
We get hired.
Mm-hmm.
That's our business.
Right. So here's my thoughts on it. So I think divorce is awful. I've been divorced.
Mm-hmm.
My wife now may be like, hey, you're getting divorced. She hadn't told me yet, but who knows?
Oh, well, yeah.
No, just kidding. She's not. We're not getting divorced. We've been married for a long time.
Yeah.
17 years? She'll tell me. 17 years maybe? I don't know. We've been married quite a while. But I've been divorced before, right?
Right.
Divorce is awful for society. It's not how God intended things to be.
Correct.
But we are despicable people, humans.
Of course.
Right? And sometimes divorce happens.
It does.
Now, if you are going to get divorced, I think the person that's being wronged in this divorce, because somebody's always been wronged in a divorce, I think they should get a fair cut, right. A fair shake. What do you think?
Well, it takes two to tango.
Yeah. And if somebody's cheating on you and you want to know about it, let's go find out.
Yeah.
So adultery is terrible. It's the worst thing that can happen to you besides the death of a close person, a family member or friend. And if people, that's all we do is we go out and report. That's all we do. We're not actually making them hop in the sack with somebody, are we?
We're not creative writers. It's actually what's happened. It's not script. It's true.
Right. Yeah. And we just go out and report what's happening, and that's all we're doing.
Yeah, it's not our fault.
We get a lot of social media posts where people call us snitches.
Yeah.
I had one guy say, "You're going to get yours, buddy."
Okay.
What
am I going to get? Win the lottery?
All those people that say stuff to me online, you're going to get yours. If I ever see you in public, you're done. I've even told them where my address was.
Well, they're keyboard commandos. It's safer to talk trash behind a computer in the privacy of your own home than actually confront people.
Yeah, my address is my business address is published, and I'm there a lot.
Yeah,
they've never showed up once. So,
Well, no, because that means that they would wind up feeling pain.
I don't know. I'd
And
probably
they
just
try and
embarrass them.
avoid that.
I would probably never put my hands on one of these because they're the ones that would. I'd be the one getting in trouble.
Yeah, but they're not showing up. They're tough guys behind a computer.
Yeah,
You know,
they
that's
just
it.
make the comments and all that.
Yeah.
That leads us to another topic. Do you want to get into some of these Google reviews? They're pretty fun. They're pretty fun.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, let's get in this first one here. This one, the first one from Birmingham, it said investigation fell far short of what was expected. A total waste of money. That's from Birmingham, our Birmingham Google.
Yeah, they started out with short jokes. I'm already offended.
Let's see. Fell short. Yeah, anytime we say short or small.
That's right.
You know, I got these smaller microphones too, just for
I
you.
see that. They look huge though if I hold them.
Because you got the little hands.
Yes.
They are for little people. They're for
Yeah,
small people. But there you go. They sound terrific. I can hear them with my headphones.
That's good.
You sound like a TV star or something.
Oh.
You don't look like one, but you sound like one.
Yeah.
right.
Again, face for radio.
Well, we are YouTube. So.
Right.
But anyway, I remember this case. This was a case where the guy that wrote the review is actually the father of the client. All right. Here's what happened. So you had a couple. They were married, and they couldn't have children, so they were going to adopt a baby. All right.
Yeah, good
so
thing.
They go, yeah, good thing. And they go adopt or file for adoption for a baby out of the hospital and all this stuff. So time comes, they adopt the baby, they take the baby home. Then out of the woodworks, before the adoption's final, the baby's dad comes forward and says, hey, I want my rights.
Oh.
All right. Now, this kid has been addicted to methamphetamines he was about 25. He's been addicted to methamphetamine since he was about 15. Okay, so about 10 years. And they hired us to go show that this kid is not a suitable parent.
Okay.
We do that, right?
Yeah.
All right. And anyways, so we start following the kid around. He works at Arby's when we first start. And then I notice he's not working at Arby's anymore. And I go ask the manager, why did he get fired? Or why does he not work here? And she said he got fired for not showing up to work. Okay. All right. Character stuff here. So then he goes to work next door at Crystal. All right. If you're local around here, you know exactly where I'm talking about. They're right next door to each other. Right?
Yeah.
There's a Home Depot there too.
Oh.
You know where I'm talking about,
Yeah.
right? And so he works at Crystal for a couple weeks, and he's not working there anymore. And I go ask that manager, why did he get fired? Or why is he not here? He got fired for not showing up to work.
Say it isn't so.
And then we go drive by where he's supposedly living, not his house, just some guy he's flopping on the couch with for about 3 weeks. And he's there every night, and there's about 4 or 5 cars there, and every one of them have drug convictions or charges. Okay. And we get their garbage, and there's tons of alcohol being consumed. All right. And then we get a report and submit it. And as far as I know, they got to adopt the baby and all this stuff, but this guy felt compelled to say that our investigation fell short of what was expected. We did exactly what we're supposed to do, right?
Yeah.
This is one of those where some cases we don't find what the client is looking for, and I feel kind of bad about it. This one, I was like, this was awesome. You know what I mean? I had no reservations about this one whatsoever.
Right.
And he decided a year later to leave a review. I guess he was having a bad morning.
A year later?
Yeah. I contacted the guy and I said, what's up? And he never responded to me. I don't know if he's just wanting to be a keyboard guy that day or what.
He must have switched to decaf that morning.
He wasn't taking his Vraylar.
Well, it happens.
All right. What do you think about that, Juice?
That's funny.
Yeah. I mean, why leave a review? I mean,
Yeah.
we've got over 200 5-star reviews, and then we got about 3 1-star or 4 maybe. I don't know, at both locations.
Maybe he was drinking that morning.
Maybe he's drinking or didn't have coffee yet or something. I don't know.
Maybe his soon-to-be ex-wife made him mad.
All right. Now, this next one I'm real proud of. All right. This was a total fake review. Google won't take it down. Let me read it to you.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go. I'll read off the screen if you guys see me looking off to the right here. It said, I contacted Macky Outlaw concerning infidelity and inquiring about the process to hire him. Upon calling, I was told that I received a call back from Macky at some point. 3 hours after I got a call. This was on a Saturday, by the way.
Okay.
All right. After I got a call, we discussed my case, and all goes well. I asked them to send me his form so I could fill it out and give him all my info. He said my email didn't work, so I asked him if he could text me, and he said he could. So I patiently waited for him to text me his form. the form. He told me, disregard. I don't think we're a good fit for your case. Okay. So I emailed the guy the contract, and it got kicked back saying his email was no good. So he said, can you text it, which I can. Now, I told the guy, hey, I'm in Chattanooga with my daughter at the doctor. Okay. And I said, it's going to be a while today. It's a Saturday. It was a weird set. My daughter has a situation where she has to go to the doctor on different times, right?
Right.
And this guy was being real pushy, saying nasty stuff through text message. You guys are sorry and all this. So finally got to the point. I said, disregard. I don't think we're a good fit for your case.
Okay.
Some
Good
people
call.
you just don't want to deal with, right?
Right.
This guy continued in his review. I responded to his, why is that? He goes on to say, we're not up to your standards. I did say that. Yeah. Sorry, it would be better if you found a cheaper service. And good luck. We aren't a good fit. All right. That's what I told him.
That was a good response.
So this guy in his review said, I took screenshots of the conversation just to have because this is unacceptable business etiquette. What do you think of that?
What are you going to do? You can't make everybody happy.
Right. See, it's better, though. Wait till we get to the end of this.
But you have a life outside of your business.
Yeah.
You have family stuff you have to take care of.
So this guy said, I will be looking into other private investigators that caught my eye in my search for a reputable company like Callahan & Associates, which is closed, by the way. This guy just pulled it off. They used to have a Google page, but they're no longer in existence. Eagle Eye Investigations Agency.
Okay.
And Metro Service Agency.
Okay, well, good luck to you.
All right, what's interesting about this, they're almost identical ones were posted on my buddy. He owns a PI company. Same thing happened to him. He posted it. So this is a competitor that went out and started doing this to different people, other people. He's a small timer, and he's named in one of those three.
Imagine that.
And anyways, so he's going around being very difficult and making fake reviews for his competitors. What do you think of that?
Yeah, they get sifted out.
They get sifted out. This guy has also bashed me to other clients or potential clients. Some of them are actually bought from us. They call us and says, man, the first thing he says is don't hire Macky Outlaw. He's a terrible person. I've never met this guy ever. I've actually called him and left a voicemail. Hey, let's have some coffee. I'm more of a let's work together kind of guy.
Yeah.
If we work together, we could probably make money together. But this guy is just a total anti-me for whatever reason. So
maybe he doesn't like your ruggedly handsome good looks. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I know this guy. One of his social media posts, he lies about being in the military. He's a faker.
Oh.
What do you call those guys? Stolen Valor.
Stolen Valor.
One of those guys. He said he was in the National Guard. He'd never been in the National Guard. He told people I was never in the military. He said he told him I was lying.
Okay.
26 years, and maybe I wasn't. It was just an illusion.
It could have been a dream.
It could have been a dream.
Could have been.
You're a dream juice.
I know.
Anyway, but anyway, this guy, he was out writing bad reviews for competitors and bashing competitors. That's not a good business practice, by the way.
No. Well, fortunately, everybody around here knows you, and they know your character.
Right.
It's beyond reproach.
Right.
Nobody's going to question, but they'll say, hey, if you're talking about Macky, you're lying.
Right.
Unfortunately, stuff like that affects your business when it's people that don't know you.
Right.
Or aren't from the area, and they see your name. That's not good.
Right. And, 3 bad reviews out of 200 something has little effect on my business.
Yeah, but you still don't want to see that.
No, I don't want to see it, especially lies.
But it's a good ratio, 200 to 3.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
I don't like people lying about me and stuff.
Yeah,
I used to let it bother me real bad, and now I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah.
On to the next client. Let's go help somebody else, right?
Yeah.
All right, we got more to read here, but we're going to take a break first and come back and read them. What do you think, Juice?
All right, I'm ready for this.
I'm glad you got your pin on your hat.
You like that?
Yeah,
That's my dad's tie tag.
Your UMSCA pin.
Yep. Usmic.
Usmic, whatever.
Yeah.
Us suckers miss Christmas.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be back in a second. Hey, everybody, Macky here. I just want to get into what we actually do here at Macky Outlaw Private Investigators. So we conduct domestic investigations, which include your adultery and custody cases. You may have a cheating spouse that you're wanting to find out, or you may have shared custody and you're wanting to find out what the other parents are doing, maybe prove that they're not good parents for a custody modification. Also, what we do is criminal defense investigations. That's where people get in trouble and they need help proving their innocence. It could be either pre-conviction or post-conviction. So if you know people in those situations, just give us a ring. Also, we work missing person cases. That's where we track down people that are missing. It can be children, teenagers, all the way to senior adults. So if you have a case like that, how we work those cases is we use surveillance. We locate and find witnesses and interview them. Also conduct digital forensics where we extract deleted data and locate those digital artifacts to help your case. If you need those types of investigations done, you can always click the link and contact us. You can call us directly at 866-910-7499. That's 866-910-7499. Or visit us on the web at MackyOutlaw.com. Thank y'all. All right, we're back with the second part. I asked Juice if he was ready. He said, let's rock and roll or country.
Yeah, whatever.
You like old country, don't you?
I like real country. I don't like the new stuff.
The new age, you don't like Taylor Swift?
No, I can't stand her.
Why?
Because she's terrible.
You think she would like my hat?
Oh, no. No.
I got my MAGA hat on. Am I trying to alienate people? Maybe a little.
No, I don't think so.
Maybe a little.
They're the party of inclusion.
All right. We're back on talking about some of these reviews, though. Didn't we read another one?
Yeah, let's hear them.
All right. This is another one that has to do with a competitor. While I'm reading through it, you're probably going to be like, what does this have to do with a competitor? But you'll see at the end. All right.
Okay. All right.
All right. Here we go. This is off Google as well. It said, I hired him for a very important matter, and what we pulled in 2 months was not helpful information that helped the case, but cost me a small fortune. Okay. This woman is a multi-millionaire. And we cost her a total of about $6,000.
Oh, okay. I can see why she's upset.
He returned my calls. He met me to discuss the case, and that's always nice and professional, but that's not what I needed. Neither Macky nor his employees verified the records they pulled, and some of the information was old information. I provided the bulk of the information, pictures, family names, phone numbers, colleagues, etc., for this investigation. Now I'm being harassed and intimidated by his attorney, who's demanding me remove my review.
Okay.
Well, all right. So it's okay to post 4 to 5 stars with no questions asked, but anything less is an issue for this business. I pray blessings on him, his business, and his family.
Okay.
After all that, she prayed blessings on me.
That was nice of her.
She's a Muslim, though, so.
Oh,
assalamu
alaikum.
Do those prayers really work?
No.
It's a fake religion, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Some people's going to get mad at me for saying that, but
well, there's
I come from a Jesus perspective.
There's many paths to the summit.
I come.
There's
only
paths.
one. There's only one.
No, I
that's
didn't say
Jesus
they
Christ.
were all right. I just said there was many paths.
There's only one path, Juice. That's for Jesus Christ. But anyway.
Some of them fall short.
There you go.
A lot.
You got it right there. All right, but anyways, here's the setup here. So this woman had her son had a divorce going on.
Okay.
And they wanted custody of the children. All right.
Okay.
Because his future ex-wife was a bad person. She had OnlyFans. She was recording pornography with the kids there.
Ooh.
We proved that over and over from her OnlyFans page. All right. We showed that she constantly at night and on the weekends, she would drop the kids off at her buddy's house and she would go out drinking.
Oh, Mother of the Year. This
is on video, verified, everything. All right. So looks good, right? Look how we did our job.
Oh,
correct?
Yeah.
All right. And during this time, I had a guy working for me as the lead investigator, and he got fired. All right. So when he got fired, he started calling the ongoing cases and said, hey, pay me the money, do a chargeback with Macky, and leave him a bad review.
I hate people like that.
Now, this same guy, he started his own little company, which is, I don't care if people start their own company. Just leave me alone.
Right.
All right. Started his own company. This same woman, now he was managing her case for me, left a 5-star review for him. All right. Now, he did some other things where he still had access to my email. So he was taking my leads and calling them back. And I actually got a guy in Texas that called in. He actually recorded them. So we sued the guy. All right. We sued this prior employee of mine.
Good.
All right. Uh-oh, geez. Are we still recording? Yes, we are. 3 minutes in, baby. I like how we can say our sound here, don't you?
That's why you're the sound and
The sound guy. This is working good though, right? Do you agree?
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, so we sued him for about $30,000.
Success.
And we made a settlement before we went to court, and he had to go. He had to bring me my computer back because he'd taken it and not given it back. That's how he had access to my emails. Once I found out he still had access, I went and shut everything down, obviously.
Right.
But anyways, we made a settlement out of court. He can't mention my name ever again. And he was supposed to have all these people take these reviews down.
Right.
All of them did except for this woman. So we sent her a cease and desist, and that's where she updated her review saying, his lawyers are after me.
Okay, rightfully so. But you didn't go after her with an attorney.
We just sent her a cease and desist.
Yeah.
That's just a letter saying, hey, stop. Now, we could have pushed it and sued her, but we didn't. I don't have time, but we could have pushed it if we wanted to. And, man, my face looks really red on the camera. I was outside a lot yesterday, so maybe it's a little wind burn going on.
Maybe.
Yeah, we were outside shooting. It's a good time.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, that's another, I consider that a fake review. What do you think, Juice?
Very fake. But
Right.
With employees, a buddy of mine and I always talk about old school respect.
Mm-hmm.
If I've got a PI business, you got a PI business, you don't bash each other.
Right.
You let the clients go where they want to go.
Right.
And that's the way it should be. You don't trash each other. And, you may get a case that you're not willing to take on, or, it's just not your thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that may be his specialty, and you refer things back and forth to each other.
Mm-hmm.
That's just old school respect. Doing this sneaky stuff,
Yeah.
that's not good.
So this guy, I hired him as a PI first, and then he did well. And I said, hey, do you want to be a lead guy and help me manage some of these cases? He said, sure. And he did good for a little while. And then he got to where he just wouldn't even work at all. He's just drawing a check.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
I'm not a welfare system here. I can't afford it. So
Right.
and I fired him. I guess it hurt his feelings. Former Marine as well. Now, he's a red patcher, though.
Oh.
You can't trust red patchers. Juice.
No. LSB. Can't do that.
I remember they used to always have a thing that said first in. I'm like, get out of here. Get out of here.
First in what? The chow line?
yeah, most of them, they did eat a lot of chow. They had them red patches on their britches.
Oh, I couldn't stand them.
If you don't know, if you weren't in the Marines, you probably don't know what we're talking about. Just understand that they were logistic supports, what they were. So
yeah, okay.
that's what their real thing was. If you're in the Army, that's similar to that.
Yeah.
But they weren't the first in.
No.
Maybe the 31st.
Out of 30.
But anyway, here's another fake review. Here's another funny one. This one's just a short one. It says, very bad experience. I recommend looking elsewhere for PI work.
Wow, that tells me a whole lot.
Now, this guy is a boyfriend of an employee that was fired. A girl I hired as an administrator.
Right.
All right. She worked for 2 days. And then she said, I can't come in for the next 2 days because I don't have a dog sitter.
Really?
Right. So I said, well, you don't have to come in at all. You're fired. And I guess I hurt her feelings, so she got her boyfriend to leave me a nasty review on the thing.
Well, that was nice of him.
But I have very few that are just have the one guy, the first one, that is an actual client that's dissatisfied. Most of them have some finagling or somebody that worked for me before got them to do it.
Right.
So,
well, you're not going to make everybody happy.
Right.
But some of those reviews are just unbelievable.
I communicate well with our clients, don't I?
Yes.
I'll say
exceptionally well.
If it's bad news, I'll be like, hey, there's some bad, we don't have anything,
Right.
And I'll tell them. I'm not going to try to hide from them.
Right.
I'm not going to do it. And I'll just tell them, hey, this is not turning out like you expected. Your assumptions are not facts.
Right.
And usually they're okay. They're good with it. They're like, well, you did your diligence. We prove it that we did the work. So, so I get a lot of reviews from people that they're actually happy with our work. I get 5-star reviews from people. I was like, there's no way that person's going to leave me a review, but they do. It surprises me. Right.
Right.
Oftentimes I don't even meet our clients in person. It's just over the phone. So I don't know I don't get their facial expressions and their body language, how they're really, some people are very dry on the phone.
You get a read on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people are very dry on the phone. You're like, I don't know what this person's thinking. Do you?
Yeah.
All right. So that's some of the reviews. What do you think of the comment we get on social media sometimes that says, you a snitch, bro?
Yeah,
We get a
I
bunch of
am a
those.
snitch. What are you going to do about it?
Well-paid snitch.
Yes. Yes, but what I'm snitching on is facts. It's truth.
We take assumptions, we test them out with surveillance, digital forensics, witness interviews, tools we use,
Right?
and if they're factual, we put it on paper.
It's all skill and science.
Right? A lot of people don't understand that we just not out driving around with a camera hoping for the best.
No. And we're not going to make anything up. It either happened or it didn't happen.
Right. We can go to jail for making stuff up.
Oh, I wouldn't. I'm too pretty for jail.
You're too pretty for jail.
I wouldn't do jail very well.
You wouldn't do jail. Yeah, we take we take the assumptions, we test them out with our tools. Some people think digital forensics is but it's a tool, not an actual
right. Like a hammer,
it's not a
screwdriver.
service.
It's a tool.
Just like surveillance,
Right.
locating people, interviewing them, those kind of things. So it's no different. But how much time we got, Juice? Oh, we're looking good.
Oh,
Now, another one, we get this one a lot. We talked about this one in the beginning a little bit. It says, you're ruining people's lives.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How am I ruining your life?
I laugh at that one a lot.
You popped up on my radar. I didn't
Right.
come looking for you. Somebody wants me to look at what you're doing.
Somebody
Not
paid me to do it. Right.
So the suspicion is there. So
Right.
don't be getting all mad and upset when you get caught.
Right. Mind your own business. We get that one a lot.
Yeah, that is our business.
That's the favorite TikTok comment on things.
Mind your own business.
Yeah. It says there's probably 40 of them on TikTok. It says mind your own business. I'm like, come on. Sometimes I'll make a snarky comment in there, but why? One of them set one off the other day. They said, mind your own business. And I just put why ? And they put a big long thing in there like, you're the whole thing.
Oh, that's
You're a snitch. You're ruining
yeah.
people's lives, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, somebody hired me to look into this person, so.
Look, we all have skeletons in our closet. Nobody's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody. I've got skeletons.
No, you don't.
I hope, oh yeah. I hope they stay in the closet forever.
Right.
However.
Hey, how did when y'all hired you, did you turn in a resume or do a background check?
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Really? I didn't look at it. So.
Yeah, I did it. When did we meet? 2008? That was when my background check took place.
No, did I do one on you?
What? Oh, for this?
Yeah.
No.
I didn't even ask for it. I said, hey, do you want to come work?
No, but we've
I know
known
you.
each other for years. We know how we are.
No, what I'm getting at, I don't want to see your skeletons. It might shock
No,
me.
but everybody has them.
Yeah, I got 'em.
Somebody hired us because your skeletons started coming out.
Yeah. And if they can use them to get a favorable outcome in their court hearing, yeah, we'll help them. So
Yeah.
whoever's paying me, I'm going to help.
But it's not what you know. It's what we can prove.
Right. Yeah. That's right. But we're not ruining people's lives. You're ruining your own life
Exactly.
by being a sneaky, conniving, whatever your thing is. But
Oh, there's a whole plethora of adjectives.
plethora.
Yeah.
Lord of
You
mercy.
like that?
That's a big one. That's off Three Amigos, by the way.
Oh,
You ever seen that movie?
yes, that's hysterical.
Plethora. All right. That's all we got for today, y'all. We thought that'd be a fun one to do. Was it kind of fun, Juice?
Oh yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
like hearing those reviews.
It's funny. We don't have that many bad ones.
No,
Maybe one day we'll do some good ones.
okay.
There's some very interesting ones today. We'll on some real wins in there. We'll go through them one day and talk about it. So it might be a good episode, Juice.
All right.
All right. All right. We're out here, but hey, say bye, Juice.
Bye, Juice.
Look at that. So.